Clifton Casteel. Mr. Casteel is an educator and a researcher with Jefferson Parish School System for many years. He was born in Idabel, Oklahoma. I thank you for coming tonight to our 2009 Time Dent Literary Festival. Tonight we will feature two books by three authors. We have Mr. Clifton Casteel, Dr. Ferdinand, and Dr. Deanne Penner. Tonight we will begin our program with Tom's Personal Touch by. So now, do we have any questions? Well, I thank you both for, all three of you guys, for coming here tonight. I chose Clifton Casteel's book because I'm a woman, and it was Miss Hollingsworth. Her life was so, I guess it was drama-filled, and I kind of like that. You know, as a young person likes drama. So she had something good, and then something tragic happened, and then something good, and you can kind of relate to it. And as a young person, I was able to relate to it, especially as a woman. And I really thank you for coming. And Dr. Ferdinand and Dr. Penner.
No, it's just that I was going to say, and I didn't say anything about it, there's such an inspirational speech that was given by, and I looked at I had to go back because he only told me a little about this, and Hollingworth did, and it was a motivational speech, and I wish every parent could, every teenage girl could hear this here, and I'll just say three things about it, I'm going to stop. And it's called Self-Discipline is the Key to Your Success. And here she was talking about delaying gratification. If we could just still get, well, you don't have to have all those clothes right now. Use it self-discipline. Because she stressed here, if you don't use it, society will use it. Self-discipline, I mean, some kind of discipline will be. And I thought it was a 2-page, but she said that, I'm going to read 2 lines. 3 lines. My teenagers, with little reservation, I must say that it appears that many teenagers have abandoned the valuable commodity known as self-discipline. Self-discipline is the key to the fruits of your life. If you don't exercise self-discipline, society will exercise discipline upon you. Life will always present an endless series of problems and challenges, but life need not be a prison of despair and hopelessness. You must remember that it is not the magnitude of a problem, rather how you manage it. The way you look at your problems and misfortunes will determine your success. If your sight is poor, then your view of the world will be bleak. With self-discipline, you will grow mentally and spiritually. You must defer your desire for instant gratification. By delaying your gratification, you're able to defer those pleasurable things and thus solve the most painful experiences first. If you never notice a child, and like I said, when I was over the parent-child center, if you ever notice a little child, you give them a piece of cake, what do? They pull the icing off first. If you ever notice it, they're delaying self-gratification. Then they yes, that's right. And that's the whole thing about that. I'm not going to read all this here, but I just thought that this for her to have gone through. Like I told you, I cried when I called my girlfriend at the time, and I said, "You have a PhD in nursing. You have a PhD in psychology." And I was crying. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe a lot of this, I don't know. I guess it was one of those times. She says, 2 o'clock. What is it? I said, all this shouldn't have happened to Ann. She said, who is Ann? I thought your 2 daughters' name was so. I said, Ann is the person in the story. Stupid idiot. And she just hung up. Well, then don't. She's dead. So those are that. And it just goes, but it's only 2 pages. I know you got things to do, but I thought this was probably the best part of it. And like I said, I saw this in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. It was in a newspaper, and I pulled this out. But like I said, you just can't add things, because she had died when I went back there to do this here. She died in a nursing home and so forth. But it's only, you got 2 minutes. Please.
I'm fine.
All right, we all got just 2 minutes. I'm going to read the rest of it. Please. I know I said it.
Your uncle told me to come, so I came. Then
There you go. Come on, you got 2 minutes.
And then Tiara called to see if I was here, so
I'm kind of verbose. Self-discipline is one of the keys that will unlock the door of happiness. Recognizing your true gifts and the many ways you wish to share them will help you to clearly see your role in a complex and troubling world. You must suppress your craving for sexual pleasures and tangible concern, for those appetites and fulfillment will be yours in due time. Don't settle for less in life when choices are presented to you. Fight for a quality education. while nurturing the fact that it won't be easy. Brace yourself for interruptions. Life has so many interruptions. However, you must not get sidetracked. Yes, you will lose some battles, and some of the short-term goals will escape your grasp. But do not sacrifice your long-term goal for temporary or immediate success. It may appear that your dreams are not unfolding in the manner that you desire. However, let me assure you that they are present. Perhaps they are going through an extra stage of metamorphosis. And in time, they will be clear to you as a crystal ball. It is so important that you keep inner peace with your soul. Remember, your thoughts create your future. Do not drink from the fountains of despair and hopelessness. There is no such thing as a hopeless circumstance. You must not eat from the plate of self-hatred and blame. I ask you not to wallow in the gutters of those misfortunes of life. There will always be people that are greater and lesser than you. Each day, try to find something to be grateful for while not forgetting the power of gratitude. Gratitude is so important. When gratitude is exercised, you construct a wide-screen format. You will see others and their suffering as well as your own. Develop a personal relationship with yourself. But you must love yourself in order to love another. Try to perform the act of kindness every day. Through kindness, you allow generosity, compassion, forgiveness, and honesty to flow through your heart. When in doubt about a problem or the unknown, just use your common sense. Keep in mind that we grow from our pains and hardships. And without these invasions, you could not enjoy life, and you couldn't measure the distance of your success. Finally, be happy in the moment. All you have is a moment, and everything else is behind you or in front of you. You don't have yesterday or tomorrow. Yesterday is either a wonderful memory or a horrible nightmare. The future is undetermined, but now is here. Your future started yesterday, and tomorrow begins now. There are no bad days, just challenges. For every drop of life you take, just give back 2 drops. Do what is right, not what is easy for you. Race or gender should not determine who you are. I thought that thing, like I said. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Just wanted to say, you started by saying, if young girls, and I would just say anybody,
Yeah,
and
you're right.
especially, I agree with you.
And I'm so biased.
Yeah.
And when I
I'm
taught
just
school,
saying,
that was the biggest criticism.
I will get the book. I've already said that I just came back home 3 months, not even 3 months yet, and I just got employment, and I didn't have a savings. Anybody who was displaced of a certain space, anyway, know you didn't acquire or make money. But that is just so needed for just work I'm doing right now with youth who haven't done GEDs and are working in a youth biodiesel program. And it's a group of young people people use the word population. It's a group with whom I've not worked with before, that many of them. And the power in that statement, in that what you read, would touch them. I know it will, because one little thing I said the other day had nothing to do with the math or the language arts or any of that. I just, from the gut of my soul, got them to hear, to not negate themselves. You know, to always affirm themselves and always say what they want and stop talking. I was talking with a young man, he kept saying what he didn't want. And every time I said, what do you want? He couldn't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
well, a lot of that,
and
comes
just
from early.
Yeah, there's
you know.
something in that though, which you
Yeah.
read. She's an elder. You know what I mean? It would resonate. So I thank you for sharing it.
Okay.
I'll just make this brief and short. I enjoyed those words. It reminded me of a poem I wrote. I saw 3 swan eagles, and it was flying, and 2 was black and 1 was white. I assumed that the white one was probably the child, because the other 2 was much larger. And the white swan eagle flew down towards the water, and he dipped, and I guess the mother and the father followed. And once they got up so high, the 2 bigger swan eagles took their position as, I guess, to teach the child. And the child was flying like, look at me, I can fly. to say that we need our older parents in order to teach their children that they may soar higher.
Yes, absolutely.